Hey guys, what's up? It's Megan, or Simply Riddling here, and I am here to do a video that I have been planning on doing for a very long time, and I just have not had the time to do it. Some people have requested it over the past few months. I've just wanted to do it because it's something that I get asked about a lot. It is basic beginning tips for new streamers, or even tips for people who are already streamers and might be struggling with their channel. Before we get into this, I just want to kind of give you some of my own background and kind of clarify that by no means am I an expert streamer. There is no easy formula, you know, you do this and that, and then boom, success on Twitch. And it's like that across all social media platforms, really. Like, there's no simple formula that you can follow in order to become successful. Different things work for different people, and that's something to keep in mind. But I by no means think that I am an expert at this. I am still learning things every day. Well, not every day, but a lot of the time I'm still learning things either from other streamers, from trying things out, like trial and error, and all the time I have problems, you know, technical issues and things like that. So I by no means think that I am a perfect streamer or an expert streamer or anything like that. I usually think quite the opposite, and I think that there is always room for improvement with everyone, with everything that you do, and I think that's a good attitude to have, especially when approaching your channel on streaming. Always strive for improvement, always strive to make things better for you and for your audience. Just to kind of give you some background on myself, I recently came up on my 1 year of streaming. You may have seen my other video that I uploaded recently. It was a 1 year highlight compilation, so I just reached my 1 year anniversary since my first stream. So I've been streaming just over a year. I started streaming last October. On the 16th was the day of my first stream, but after that I didn't stream again until the following week. And for those first few months of streaming, my schedule was very inconsistent. I would stream 3 or 4 days a week for very short hours. A lot of times my streams would crash and I would just have problems and things like that. So after like 3 or 4 months into streaming was when I started getting very, very serious about it, and I was like, I want to put more time into this. I want to work really hard to improve my channel and grow my channel. So that was when I started going really hardcore, and I was really pushing to get partnered with Twitch as well. So I was streaming 6 days a week. I now dropped it back to 5 days a week because 6 days a week was just a little bit too much for me. But I was streaming 6 days a week for 4 to 6 hours every broadcast. And then at the end of February 25th was when I got my sub button with Twitch. And then the 26th was my first stream with the sub button. Also, I kind of want to apologize if this video is a little bit on the lengthy side. I just want to be very thorough here. My first tip is use all social media. Cross promotion is a huge thing, whether you want to be a YouTuber or an Instagrammer, or I really need to stop hitting things. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all of them are extremely powerful tools for driving your following from one to the other. I think Twitter is a really, really good social media to have because you can stay in touch with your viewers, tweet out when you go live. So I recommend having a Twitter, an Instagram if you want, a YouTube. And also on Twitter, there are a lot of like Twitter accounts that their sole purpose is for retweeting, like people tweeting, going live and all that. So try to discover some of those accounts and maybe tag them in your going live tweets, because then they can retweet you and maybe you can get more exposure that way. The next thing that I want to go over is establish your brand. Just create branding, like some sort of, you know, like mascot or logo or something like that that people will recognize. Like for me, I've got this little guy here. I've got Chip. He is our mascot. I've had him since I got partnered, and he's kind of like people will recognize him. People expect him. I had this John Cena cutout for a while. So like just having like quirky little things that are part of your brand that set you apart, whether it be in the background of your streams or a theme amongst your panels or something in your overlays, something unique that's part of your brand, something creative that is part of your brand. Think about what you want to promote in your streams. Do you want a high energy environment? Do you want chill streams? Do you want a highly interactive environment, or do you want to be more focusing on MLG gameplay with a chat that just kind of talks amongst themselves? For me, I've always tried to focus my streams on exciting energy, high energy, being loud and being fun, having an environment where we only accept, you know, positivity and good vibes and stuff like that, just a welcoming community. So things like that are good. Just figure out what you want to focus on and kind of stick with that and have a common theme throughout your broadcasts. The next thing I want to say is to have a stream schedule. I think that this is very crucial. I see a lot of people, especially streamers who are starting off, who do not have a schedule. And I think that is not good. I think a schedule is really important. I've always had a schedule. I think I always will have a schedule, and I try to be very clear and upfront about my schedule, because think of it like this. Let's say you watch The Walking Dead every Sunday, right, at 9 p.m., and then all of a sudden, you go to tune in on one Sunday at 9 p.m. and The Walking Dead is not playing. And you're like, where's The Walking Dead? It's supposed to be on at 9 p.m. on Sundays. And then you look and you realize that for some reason that day, that week, The Walking Dead aired on Saturday at 4 p.m. instead. And you're like, why was I not informed about this? There's no schedule for me to check. Why is it changing? Think of it like that. When people are looking for entertainment, they expect it at a certain time and they go to check out that channel. Like people might tune into AMC or whatever channel for their TV show at the time that they expect. When I first started streaming, I was full-time college student, and I also had a part-time job at GameStop as a seasonal hire, and I was streaming part-time. So I was trying to juggle all three of these things. So what I would do is I would have a weekly schedule in my panels that I would update every Sunday based on how my work schedule was that week, how, what kind of workload I had school-wise. I could change it every week, but I could still say, hey, check my panels. I have specific times that I'm going to be going live, and that's when you can expect me. So if you can stick to a very consistent schedule and be consistent with that schedule, stick to it. Don't show up late. I show up late sometimes, but I mean, don't show up like 3 hours after your scheduled time if you can. And if there is like a last minute change to your schedule, put it in your channel feed on Twitch and tweet it out. Like, let people know that there's going to be an adjustment. Being clear with your audience when you are going to be going live, what days of the week, what time. I think that is incredibly important. So this is something that I kind of touched on earlier too. Don't compare yourself to other streamers. You have to go into this understanding that different things work for different people. No two streamers are going to do things exactly the same way. If you're looking at someone else's numbers, someone else's follower count, how long someone else has been streaming, how long it took them to grow to what they are, then you're going to drive yourself insane. Just don't do that. You are your own person. You are unique. And you should not and do not need to be comparing yourself to other people. And this is another thing that I kind of just touched on before too. Think outside the box. Think a lot about like things that you can do that you haven't seen before, and don't be afraid on that note to do things that you haven't seen other streamers do before, because that might be the new big thing or the next awesome cool idea that a lot of people will love. It's really good to be unique, and that's something that will make your channel stand apart from others, is if you're doing really weird or cool or different things than everyone else. So another thing I want to say is follower count can indicate some things, but follower count is one of the most unimportant numbers on Twitch, and a lot of people focus on it way more than they should. Having a certain number of followers, one, does not guarantee you partnership at any point. Follower count is like legitimately just a number. Don't focus on the follower count. It's much more important to be focusing on your community, the people who are there chatting and hanging out with you during your streams. If you're gonna worry about a number, and don't let the numbers ever overwhelm you. The concurrent viewership is probably the most important one, because that's showing you how many people are coming back to your streams regularly. Going along with that, don't ever let yourself feel discouraged by your view count. If you're having a day where you have way less viewers than usual and you feel like, it's your fault, you feel like you're not being funny enough, or you're not interesting enough, or you're too tired today, know that it is very likely not you. There might be, some big esports event going on that day, or there might be, a bunch of people for some reason are out that night with friends. Like, it's not you. It may be because people are busy, and there are just a bunch of things that factor into how many people are coming to streams on any given day of the week. Don't feel discouraged. Twitch actually recently added, well, not recently, a couple months ago, they added the ability to hide your view count. So if you find yourself streaming and you keep looking over at the view count and it's starting to really bother you and make you upset, hide it. Do not look at it. Focus on your chat. Focus on the people who are there, and be appreciative and grateful of the people who are there chatting with you and spending their time with you. Another thing that I have found that has helped me a lot, going to events, PAX, E3, TwitchCon, any gaming related event that you can be at, especially the ones that I just listed, because there's a lot of Twitch involvement there. Go there, because it's going to be a really, really great opportunity for you to meet other streamers. I've made a lot of friends with other streamers just because I, ran into them at the Twitch booth at an event, or I ran into them at a party at an event or whatever, and now we have a friendship because I met them there. It's really good to meet other streamers and make friends, and also it's really good to meet people involved in the industry, people who could hook you up with game codes or sponsorships and things like that. Don't be afraid to introduce yourself to those companies. By the way, when I first started going to events, I was really intimidated and really scared to ever approach any industry people. I was like, they're scary. Like, what if they, I don't know, I don't want them to, I don't know. I don't know what I thought. I was just really intimidated and scared, and I never did it. Just go up and introduce yourself. Be like, hi, I'm so-and-so, I stream or I make YouTube videos or whatever it is. Here's my business card. And by the way, make business cards. Even if you're a smaller scale broadcaster, make business cards, hand them out, introduce yourself to people, don't be intimidated. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is Twitch etiquette, because I feel like this is something that a lot of people don't really know about, or they're not really aware of it. When you are in someone else's channel, don't talk about your stream. Don't talk about what games you want to stream. Don't talk about what days of the week you're streaming. Don't talk about who followed you. Don't talk about how many followers you reached and things like that. Because it's just, it's kind of impolite. A lot of times it makes streamers feel like you're there because you want to like leech off of them and take like their following away, or not take them away, but gain followers from them, and that you're not really there because you're interested in being a part of the community and you're interested in the conversation. I've heard that there are a lot of broadcasters that will actually ban you, and their mods will ban you if you do things like that. So it's just good to avoid that. It's not really polite. I mean, you shouldn't be there to talk about your own stuff anyway. You should be there to be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation that's already going on, and talk about the game, talk about whatever everyone's talking about. Many streamers, though, are okay with you personally messaging them. So go to your Twitch inbox and send them a message about, hey, I streamed and I want feedback. But doing it in someone's chat is really not appropriate, and it's just not really good Twitch etiquette. If you guys didn't already know, Scarlet Rose, she is also a full-time partnered broadcaster on Twitch. She made a really amazing little thread about Twitch etiquette, which I will link in the description below. If you are new to streaming, I highly recommend checking it out, because it touches on a lot of things that people may or may not be aware of, and it's just good information to have on the back of your hand so that you're not offending anyone or breaking any rules unintentionally. And the next thing I want to mention is rules and moderators. Make sure that you have a list of channel rules of things that are acceptable there and not acceptable, so that all of your viewers know, and choose a few trusted members of your community or trusted friends to help moderate the chat for you. On that note, I have a mistake that I made when I first started streaming that I want to warn you guys about. Do not hand out the moderator badge to every friend that you make. That was something that I did. I would just start modding people when I first started streaming, because I didn't entirely, I knew what mods did, but I didn't entirely understand the scale of it. And sometimes if people see too many mod swords in a chat, they might find that intimidating. They might not want to talk. Avoid modding too many people. Don't hand it out as a status symbol, or don't be like, oh, I'm gonna mod like every person that I like, because then you're gonna have too many mods, and then everyone's gonna feel like they need to have a mod sword in order to feel validated by you, which shouldn't be the case at all. So just be careful with who you mod. Don't have too many mods. Only add the amount that you really need at the moment, and then just kind of add more as you go. Set up a bot. MooBot or Nightbot are good for starters. I use Ankbot personally, but just set up a bot so that it can help you filter out, links and people spamming emotes or symbols and things like that. It will just help keep your chat clean as well. Moving into stream quality, make sure that your stream is in good quality, but in a quality that's going to be viewable to everyone. If you have like a super high quality stream, then people who have bad internet are not going to be able to load your stream. They're going to open it, see a buffering symbol, and then they're going to leave, because who wants to watch a buffering symbol? No one. We all hate buffering symbols. They are our worst enemies. So make sure that you have your stream in a decent quality, but somewhere in the middle range where people are going to be able to view it. Without quality settings, you just want to try and go for a range that's going to be viewable to everyone. I have heard that they're going to start giving out quality options to more people. I don't know what you need to do to get that, but unless you can get quality options, don't put your stream in too high of a quality. And then this is something that I think is really important too, that I see a lot when I go into people's streams. Keep talking. Maybe I talk too much, but I think it is really important. Even if there's like a silent moment, just try to avoid silent moments and just keep talking. You have a split second to make a first impression on a new viewer who may have just opened up your stream, and to keep them intrigued. If they come in and you're just sitting there like this, not saying a single word, they're gonna be like, dude, this is boring, I am out of here, and they're gonna go watch a different stream where there's something interesting going on. Interact with your chat, read your chat, ask people about their day, make mental notes about your viewers. Like, let's say, so-and-so said that they were, doing a job interview. When you see them again, ask them how the job interview went. Show your viewers that you care about them, that you're interested in their lives. Like I was saying, even if your chat is silent, talk about something. Even if you have no viewers there, Just talk about something. Tell a story about something that happened during your day. You could also watch YouTube commentators like, for example, Markiplier or PewDiePie, because they are making gameplay content where there is no chat. So see what they do in their gameplay. What do they talk about when there's no chat at all? Unless you want to stream a specific game exclusively or competitively, I would highly recommend avoiding huge games like Hearthstone, League of Legends, World of Warcraft. So many people are streaming these games. If you go live with that game and you have 5 viewers, people are gonna have to scroll down the list of people streaming that game for like 10 minutes until they get anywhere close to seeing your stream. If you stream a game like Skyrim or Binding of Isaac, there are a lot less people streaming those, so it'll be a lot easier for people who are looking for people streaming that game to find your stream. I think that's just something good to take into account when you're deciding what game to stream. Look at the list of people streaming it currently and see where your stream would be on that list, and like, is it plausible for people to find my stream this way or not? And then another thing is, and this might be the most important thing, do not expect your numbers to fly up overnight. A lot of people get into streaming or YouTube or whatever it is expecting to go viral overnight, expecting to have their numbers just shoot up into the sky like ridiculously. And the truth is that it is very, very, very rarely where people go viral and that they blow up overnight like that. That is extremely rare. Just understand that to see success, you need to put in the time and the hard work. Stay motivated. Find things that you can do to continue motivating yourself. Set goals for yourself, whether it be follower goals, subscriber goals, whatever it is. Keep setting goals, because if you don't keep setting goals, then you might start getting complacent and you might start not working as hard. You just have to understand that hard work and time are the most important things, and that sometimes luck is a factor. You might put in all the hard work and time in the world and it might not go anywhere. You just have to understand that that is a risk that you take when getting into this. Stream as much as you can. The more hours you're live, the more chance there is for someone to find your stream, the more you're gonna grow, pretty much. So make sure you find the balance between the most amount of time that you can stream and still having time for yourself and your real life and things. It's very important to have that balance. Build a relationship with other broadcasters, not by self-advertising in their channels, because that is, like I was saying earlier, it's not good Twitch etiquette, and it's just, it's rude and frowned upon, and it's something that people are not gonna like. Be active members of other communities. They may check your channel out and support you and help you grow and help you get exposure. So just be active and support other people, and support kind of, it's like a circle, it goes both ways. And then this is something that I wanted to talk about because it kind of drives me crazy. A lot of times when I'm streaming and I get, you know, a fairly big donation or a bunch of subs, someone will be in chat and they'll say, oh, I should start streaming. And I don't like that, because that makes me think that they're like, oh, look, money. I should start streaming so I can make money. Do not, I cannot express this enough. Do not start streaming thinking that it is about making money. Do not go into streaming with a get-rich-quick scheme, because one, it should never be about the money. You should do it because you love it, and because you love the community, and because you're passionate about it, not because you want to make a quick buck. And also, it's not going to be a quick buck. When you first start streaming, you're not going to have as many people, and there's just not going to be as many people donating. I would even say that you shouldn't really put up a donation or a tip button until people start asking for it, because that might make you look like you just want money, and you don't want to come across that way. You just need to understand that it is not about money. And also, don't go into someone else's chat asking people to donate to you, because that is, no, just don't do that. Just don't do that. And then this is kind of my last tip, but I just wanted to take a minute to say, believe in yourself. It's cheesy and it's cliche and people say it all the time, but you just have to believe that you can do it. And if you believe in yourself, then you're going to feel motivated and you're going to want to work hard. If you say, hey, I have this potential, I can do this, then you're going to want to work really hard to get there, if you believe that you can. If you don't believe in yourself, it's going to be a lot harder for you to reach your goals. So believe in yourself. Don't get discouraged if things aren't going as planned at first. Sometimes things don't work out the way that you think. But just keep going, and I believe that you can do it, and the Twitch community is amazing, and you're going to meet a lot of amazing people who will believe in you too. So that was it for all of my my tips as of now. I am really sorry that this video was probably like 10 hours long, because I just had a lot that I wanted to go over, and I've been wanting to make this for a while. It's something that's been asked for a while. Please leave a like if this helped you and if you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you wanted to know about. Thank you for checking out the video. I hope that this was helpful to you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.